Hello, 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 hello. Y'all, I'm gonna wait till everybody get in here. I know it's been like 2, 3 days, maybe four since I made the last video. I do apologize. I'm sorry. My excuse is depression and laziness. That's my excuse, you guys. And so I actually woke up super early today, and I know this is supposed to be for my second channel. Just kindly waiting for everybody to come in here, but like my second channel, JOATV, please go subscribe to it. That really do mean a lot. Um, so y'all, I woke up early today, and because the neighbor's sons, they here today, they're making so much damn noise in the parking lot, which woke me up early, like countless times. And so, like, I had enough, so I just ended up staying up because literally yesterday, all I did yesterday was lay down, just being honest with you. So, today we're gonna talk about a lot of stuff. We got Wendy Williams, we got Sherri Shepherd, we got Michelle Tafoya, we got The Talk, we got Jerry O'Connell and Cheryl Underwood, we got Kristen Walker, one of my subscribers, Ian Khan. Shout out to you, wanting me to talk about Kristen Walker. Herschel Walker, who is Kristen Walker's father, and we're gonna also talk about Trevor Noah. That's what we want to talk about. And so I feel bad at the moment. I kind of feel bad. Well, not kind of. I really do. I honestly feel bad for Trevor Noah because, and I didn't know this. Trevor Noah actually underwent surgery, and so he went to see a doctor. This doctor, Dr. Riley J. Williams the third, and baby, he looks how you doing. Like, come on now, let's. He looks how you doing. All right, let me show y'all this man how he look. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all. All right. And Trevor Noah is suing him. Is suing this guy because Trevor Noah is claiming in his lawsuit that this guy Riley Williams III was negligent allegedly during his surgery. Now, in the report, it does not specify what kind of surgery Dr. Riley Williams III did, but this man is a orthopedic surgeon and he's a sports medicine specialist, and his specialty is in the knee, the elbow, and the shoulder. But from the report that I was reading, Trevor Noah goes into detail as to like why he is suing, and he describes his body as being sore lame, which I really didn't understand the medical terminology of that. It kind of seemed like a corny type of phrase, but this is actually a terminology in the medical community, which basically means that lameness usually results, and I'm reading a AAEP.org definition. It says lameness usually results from pain in an anatomic location within a limb. So he doesn't specify in the court documents what it was that he got surgery on, but from my reading of it, it could be his leg. I mean, like I said, this doctor has a specialty in the knee, the elbow, and shoulder, so it could be possibly somewhere in the knee area. And he is suing because he felt like the surgery was not done correctly. He also felt like he was not given the correct prescriptions, or even just prescriptions at all. And I can definitely relate to this. Thank God I didn't have surgery because I didn't need surgery. However, in my reports, my workers' comp doctor said, lucky for us, JOA doesn't need surgery. So basically, he's telling my workers' claim adjuster, lucky for us, not lucky for me, but lucky for the workplace where my injury happened. And so I can relate to him in a sense because it's like that doctor gave me a prescription that I was supposed to take that I didn't. Wrote me a prescription, but I had it in my bag, gave me all kinds of papers, and I didn't end up going to the pharmacy. Well, I didn't give that pharmacist that prescription. I only used that one prescription. And he was very sketchy, wanted to take a picture of the prescription afterwards because I told him that my next visit, he wanted to see the notation of it. So he can get it documented for himself. Because a lot of these doctors, they're just like lawyers. They're just like police officers. A lot of them, they're evil. They really don't care about the patients. And this guy, Dr. Riley Williams, is known for doing surgery on basketball stars. And so the doctor that I had was known for doing surgery on people who play in sports as well. So I'm just putting it out there that prayers to Trevor Noah. I can understand, he talks about going through emotional distress. He talks about going through pain. Until this day, my situation is not healed. I'm just going day by day without it. If I had to do it over again, I would have just sued. But it's kind of too late for that. So thank God he is suing. I mean, this all happened. His visitations at the doctor was last year, like between August and December of 2020. So, I mean, we are in 2021 in December. So, and I don't know what the statute of limitations is in New York, because this is in New York, but I'm assuming it's probably a year. So he got on it with that lawsuit, and I'm hoping, he doesn't need the money. He's worth multi-millions. But in order to get justice from people that do these type of things to you, money going to their pockets can literally hurt them, and that's how you're supposed to do it. All right. So yeah, man. And I was like, let me look up this doctor, because there is a lot of implicit racial bias in hospitals. There is, but he's black. The doctor is black. So I can't just say, oh, he's the white man in this story. But no, this man, clearly, I just showed you his picture. Riley J. Williams III. He's a black man. I mean, he looks mixed, but he's black. Could be Indian and black. I don't know, but he's black. All right. So good luck to you, Trevor Noah. Good luck to you. All right. So, baby Wendy Williams, she is mad. Wendy allegedly is mad because Sherri Shepherd is doing really well on the show. Now, I personally, I take very long into getting into just of things. Like, I didn't watch when she was on the show for the first week. I only watched one episode. I only watched one episode of the first week when she was on November 1st through the 5th. And this week that just ended, I watched 2 days. And I'm liking it. I'm going to admit I like it, but I still like Wendy better. I still feel like she's nervous. I get irritated sometimes because she keeps including Suzanne and she keeps including Norman Baker into her discussions on every single topic. I do give her props for giving them recognition. And I personally feel like the only reason why Sherri Shepherd gave them recognition, because Sherri, as a fan of the Wendy show, she know that Wendy never gave Suzanne her recognition. She know Wendy Williams spoke badly, told Suzanne to shut up live on air one time. So she know how Wendy can be with her staff. Let's just be honest with Wendy. I like Wendy, but let's just be honest real quick how Wendy can be sometimes. I don't know if her husband not digging her down, or a husband, with the mistress down miles away. Wendy come to work all mad, like just pissed off, and she takes it out on her staff, allegedly. We've seen it, what she did to Suzanne. We've seen it when she had that white producer on, when she talked about the NAACP and the HBCUs and the ignorance mistake that she made, which resulted in that white producer being fired. So, Wendy has her meanness, but what separates her from someone like an Ellen, at least we see it up front for the most part. But with Ellen DeGeneres, she fooled y'all for 19 years. I mean, she didn't fool me. I know people that know her. I know people that know her gay brother. I knew the bitch was a bitch before the scandal came out in the news already, because she used to be in them damn comedy clubs in New Orleans, and people told me that she was mean, very mean. Like we don't need to even get into that. Like, we all know what happened with Ellen. And why is she winning a People Choice Awards? This is why these award shows are rigged. They are. So, Wendy's mad. And I would be mad too, because it's like, I worked my ass off, and I was suspended 2 weeks without pay. I did the job going to the clubs, getting the news, the celebrity news on these rappers, these DL rappers, these actors, just black people in the industry. And here I am at home, still paying alimony money to a man that's no longer with me, with a mistress, paying her new businesses, her Aunt Jemima vegan pancake businesses, paying his haircut place, his Italian cuisine place, and I'm at home and they got this other woman pretending to be me on television, yeah, I'm mad. Yeah, I'm pissed off. Yeah. And so I don't blame Wendy for kind of like being mad, because at the end of the day, this is business. This is the entertainment industry. Like, at the end of the day, money is involved. And so if you have a woman who's on the show who is bringing the ratings up to par compared to other hosts, and that is making me look bad, then yeah, I'm going to feel salty about that, especially when my name's on that show. So this is why because Sherri saw those reports. Let me tell you about Sherri Shepherd. Sherri saw those reports. This is why Sherri was on Friday, pretty much saying thank you, Wendy, and everything like that. And this is why Sherri Shepherd also, before she was given the first time to host this season, she came on camera and basically told everybody on her Twitter, on her social media, that the producers and when the producers and Wendy has given her the approval to host her show. You know why she said that? Because I asked Bevy Smith if on Bevy Smith's Instagram if she was approved to host the Wendy Williams show. Because, there was in the blogs that Wendy didn't approve Leah Remini and so on and so forth. And at that time, Morel Hollis, who is Wendy Williams' makeup artist, was doing Bevy Smith's makeup, and they read my comment. And then so I called into the Bevy show, which is ran under Andy Cohen, and she didn't want to talk to me because of the question that I asked in her Instagram live feed, right? And so that's when Bevy allegedly told Sherri about that, because they're friends. They're friends. Like, literally before I got on, I was watching a video of Bevy Smith interviewing Sherri Shepherd about The View. And we're going to get to that. And so, Sherri, she was really, not as smart on the View, like dumb as a box of rocks when it comes to politics. But, at the same time, she's a businesswoman. And so, like, she made sure to tell the world that, hey, like, thank you, Wendy, for approving me to be on the show. And thank you to the producers as well for having the confidence in my craft to host the Wendy Williams show. And, she's getting too comfortable. Sherri's getting too comfortable because the other day I'm like, Sherri, stick to gossip. Stick to gossip. Don't talk about politics. Don't talk about the N-word. I don't care if you're a Black woman. I don't care. Because on Friday's show, Thursday's show, this was Thursday's show. But you know how they shoot two shows on Thursday? They shoot Thursday show, then they shoot Friday show on Thursday, but air that show on Friday, right? And so anyways, on Thursday's show, when she wore the Santa costume, there was a report of a Bravo show of a white woman, I believe, saying the N-word from a song, right? And, probably a year or so ago, I personally would always say, well, people that aren't Black should not say the N-word, but I've changed. I've changed my disposition on that. I had to be real and realistic. If Black people don't want the N-word to be used by non-Black people, take it out the music, right? Take it out the music. And so Sherri Shepherd basically said on Wendy that, she says the N-word to her friends and her family, and Black people are the only ones should use it. No, because, and this took me back to the past when she was on The View berating Barbara Walters, who made Sherri Shepherd relevant. Barbara Walters made Sherri relevant, right? And Barbara Walters is reading a report where the N-word is being said. Nigger. That word is being said. And so Barbara Walters said it, and Whoopi said it. And so Sherri was like, I feel I'm okay with Whoopi saying it, but something in my body, I don't know if it's the connotation. When you say it just, I get these bad quivers through my body. And Barbara Walters was like, well, is it because I'm a white woman? And she's like, I don't know, maybe. Like, I can't explain it to you. I probably can explain it to you. It's just I don't like when you say it. So, like, first of all, it was a report. So when it is from a report, a journalist, if they are comfortable with saying that word, can say that word. I remember on CNN back when Sunny Hostin used to do commentating on that network, her and Don Lemon got into it because Don Lemon said the N-word, right? And Sonia Hostin got on him for saying that. And so Don Lemon basically said, at this network, you know, when journalists, if they have to say the N-word, when it is shown in a story, CNN gives journalists the authority to say it if they are comfortable. And Sonia Hostin did not agree. So, you know, the race baiters like Sonny or the race baiters like Sherri Shepherd, you know, those are the types of people that don't want people to say it if they're not black, right? And so it's like that word is Latin syntax. Nigere, nigere, negra, negro. That word comes from the Latin language, okay? And so that word is not derived from the English language at all. But, you know, if black people don't want that word to be used, call the record label companies and tell them, stop putting this word in music. That's just simple, you know, and that's just how I feel. You know, it's just how it is. I just, you know, with her talking about it on Wendy, I'm like, you was doing so good. Then you brought out the N-word. That took me all the way back to her, The View, berating a woman, a white legendary woman who made Oprah Winfrey, who gave Sherri Shepherd, you know, her big break to be on the show, although she was stupid as shit. They ain't no shit, right? Barbara Walters told her she needs to open a book, and it took her 3 years. It took Sherri Shepherd 3 years to be able to find her voice because she literally did not know jack. She didn't know anything about politics. She still don't know anything about politics. She don't know. Although she said she knows when I watched her Bevy Smith interview. And so it's like, you know, just take it out of music. Just take it out of music, right? You know, just take it out of music. And of course, you know, with her saying only black people are supposed to use it, you know, that didn't get outraged because that's just kind of, you know, the saying that goes on with, you know, left stream media. It's just like, that's okay. You know, that's okay, right? It's okay. It's okay for them to say it. But it's like, that word is very popular here in the South. That word, I grew up hearing it like saying eggs and bacon, okay? That, you know what I mean? It's just very common. There's DJ Khaled and what's his name? The Puerto Rican that does collaborations with Fat Joe, with Remy Ma. Fat Joe, there's videos of them on YouTube talking about it, saying that they say it, you know, as their friend, whatever. What I'm just saying is y'all need to call them, have them call the record label companies and say, hey, we need to take this word out of music in order for it not to be used, you know. And if that's the narrative that, you know, only black people should be saying it, well, then these artists should not be relevant because you have blacks, Latinos, Asians, you have like other people of color, and then you have white people who buy these people music. And so when you support an artist and you say the N-word from his song, you know, if you're not allowed to say it, does that mean, you know, does that also mean you can't support the artist? So, you know, that's my whole narrative on that. Sherri got too comfortable on the show. You know, she got on my nerves when she brought it. I'm like, girl, shut up, stick to gossip, please. Like, you know, you know, it was just too much. It was just too much. And so we need Wendy Williams back. Please pray for Wendy. Please pray for her because, you know, she need to come back, you know, and stop having these Dollar Tree hosts on the show. That's just pretty much what I'm going to say about that. All right, so a lot of people are concerned. They're concerned about Michelle Tafoya because Michelle Tafoya basically have not been, well, a lot of people in the sports community, they're concerned. And y'all know, I've been rooting for Michelle Tafoya to be the conservative host on the show because she is my type of chick. The way she presented herself, the way she spoke her mind. She's very outspoken. She's not polished. You know, she's standing up to Whoopi. She told Whoopi, I don't know about you, but, you know, biasness, I'm just going to say the word biasness instead of the R word because YouTube does their thing. Biasness existed way before George Floyd, you know, and it's like, you know, I like someone that's standing up to Whoopi because there is no host on that show that stands up to Whoopi ever. So she did The View, right, in like October, right, and then November came, she did like her reporting in sports with her job, but she hasn't been She hasn't been there literally in most of December at all. And so journalists, they were concerned about, okay, is she not there anymore because of what she said on The View? And a lot of journalists were even saying, like, hey, this is odd for her to be missing so many days. You know, NBC says this is normal. This is what they do when they switch up their reporters. But her days are exceeding the normality of how NBC handles things, allegedly. Like, she's not supposed to be missing so many days. So, you know, to be having a second class study reporter to take her spot. So, you know, there was a girl named Sage Steele who said what she said. Y'all know if you are an independent thinker and you do your research and you question the vax, or you say anything badly about Barack Obama, and I don't even think, the only thing I can see where ESPN was right in suspending her, which I mean, I in my opinion, I don't care. I don't like, because I like in the past, I have a mouth. I've gotten fired from a job before for saying what I said. And so it's like, I really didn't, what Sage Steele said to me was not problematic. She basically said three things. The first thing she said was that something to the effect of, she does not agree with ESPN forcing this mandate on them to have the shot in order for them to keep their job. She also said that someone that was biracial told her that she should identify as Black because Barack Obama is biracial and identifies as Black. And the third thing is that I think she said she agrees with Candace Owens. So I mean, it's like, I really didn't find any of that commentary of hers to be troublesome. And it's funny because a lot of people that goes on the podcast that she went on Jay Cutler's podcast. Jared Ayabila went on Jay Cutler's podcast. And it's like, a lot of people that goes on this podcast, they go through controversy, or that podcast starts controversy. And so it's like, I feel like people should be able to speak their mind. Like, I should be able to say, well, I prefer McDonald's over Burger King, even though I work at Burger King, without being fired, right? I should be able to say what I want to say without being fired. And I agree with her. It's like, the mandates of this vaccine is crazy. It's literally insane. I'm so glad I don't have children. It's insane. And now it's just like, you're coming out with booster after booster after booster after booster. And, if you're not questioning government at this time, I don't know. I just don't understand. I don't understand when people are going to wake up. So, with her, with Michelle Tafoya, I think it was about it was about a whole bunch of stuff, because she talked about race. It was about Colin Kaepernick kneeling down and her and Sonny Holston getting into it. I believe Colin was offered a contract to play football, but he did not want to sign the contract because of the legalese that was in the contract he did not agree with. So it's like, my situation with the Colin thing is, I don't care if you're kneeling down for the Pledge of Allegiance or the flag. I don't care. I actually commend somebody that is the only person doing something what they stand for. But I find it hypocritical of him taking a stance when he is sponsoring with a company called Nike that is known for not paying Asian workers overseas the right amount of money, underpaying Asian workers, or not even paying Asian workers at all, allegedly. And so it's like, nobody talks about that in liberal media. I'm surprised. I don't think Fox News or anybody talks about it. It's like, okay, he's taking a stance on equality, on representation and diversity, but yet he's working with a company that exemplifies diversity publicly with their branding, but literally they have multiple productions overseas in Malaysia, Indonesia, China, where they are cheap to make these shoes. They're very cheap, right? But they're not paying. The production is cheap, right? But they're not paying the money to those people that are making those shoes, okay? This is why a lot of people, they drop ship, or a lot of people, they go to garage sales, they buy stuff overseas in China, from e-commerce sites like Alibaba, right? And they sell it on eBay for 3 times the price, right? So it's like Nike knows that it's cheap to make production overseas, right? Like, come on now, I studied business and marketing in school. Jordan shoes is just the name Jordan, okay? They're no different from the shoes from the Kmart. A lot of the materials in shoes are the same, okay? It's just the brand that makes people say, I'm going to get it. Jordan, Nike, Reebok, Adidas, whatever. So it's like, okay, you want to kneel, whatever. But I find it hypocritical that you are with a company that is basically the opposite of the messaging that you are trying to portray, which brings me back to that word of being performative. It's all performative. It's all performative. And then you want to compare football to slavery. And you've never been a slave, and like, I know Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend, she's Middle Eastern, she's an Arab. I actually wanted to interview her back in the day. She's she used to be on MTV Girl Code. Now she hosts like some NBC show, and she's on Hot 97, I believe, still. And so like I like his girlfriend. She cool people. Like, she's been with him for a very long time. But I just don't like the hypocrisy of the messaging of what he is doing. I don't like it at all. And it's like, then it brings me back to, okay, this is media stuff. This is performative. This is Joy Reid. This is Tiffany Cross. This is Don Lemon. This is Sonny Austin. This is not really you saying like, hey, we have a problem here in the United States of America. Let's fix it. It's all performative action, because it's like you are being linked to a company that doesn't exemplify what you're trying to tell the world. It's not going together. It doesn't make sense. But, that's okay if you're being offered millions of dollars to be sponsored by them. So money talks, walks. This is my saying. Money talks, walks, and sings. So it's like when money is being displayed, racism goes out the door. And so it's like, I don't know, do you, whatever. So, she didn't say what I said on The View. I wish she would have said it. But with her talking about Colin Kaepernick, with her talking about CRT, which is in some schools, maybe not in curriculums, but they are in some schools, with her talking about George Floyd and, stuff like that, those are things that family-friendly networks don't like to talk about or don't want to be talked about. And it's like, I'm not here for a lot of these networks because it's, you have Gabrielle Union, you have Nick Cannon, you have Steve Harvey. These 3 Black prominent people all work for these networks, right? And it's so Gabrielle Union basically accused NBC for being, right, when she was on America's Got Talent. And she said Jay Leno said some type of stuff. Nick Cannon was on that show as a host for America's Got Talent, and he accused that network. And now, I forgot the football player name, the guy with the Old Spice commercial, Terry Crews, is now on that show. A lot of Black people don't like him because, his politics maybe lean a little different. He's on that show, but he probably don't care about the politics, the identity politics, right? Steve Harvey had a show with that network. 2 shows. Okay, 2 shows. So if the rumors are true, and where I'm going with this, if the rumors are true and they are mad of what she said on The View, it's all for performance. They don't care about, because I just listed 3 Black talent that were on their network that got axed from that show due to them being, right? But publicly, they want to act like they are concerned about when millions of people are eyeing that show or eyeing that network, right? Y'all understand what I'm trying to say? It's all performative, right? It's kind of like how, for example, it's kind of like how ABC talks about pro-Black and pro-this and pro-that, but here you have a host who has 2 jobs, a legal analyst job and a opinion commentator, political commentator on a show, right? Sonny Austin. But behind the scenes, she's going through discrimination, allegedly. Behind the scenes, she was going through being the lowest paid on the show. Behind the scenes, she was 3rd floor on the elevator. So it's like, it's all for business. It's business. That's all what it is. It's business, because nowadays it's like, if you say anything bad about African American community, same thing about the LGBTQI community. You slip up and say something bad, what Nick Cannon said about, the Jewish community, or you say something wrong, it's like it's your career is on the line. It's on the line. So it's business. It's about business. It's not about doing what's right, doing what's wrong, not being racist, not being anti-Semitic, not being. It's all for business. And I wish y'all can see that instead of it actually being for, hey, we all should be equal. We all should be this. We all should be. It's not that. It's business. At the end of the day, it's business. NBC let go Steve Harvey when he had Monique on, allegedly, right? Oh, your man can't come out here and flex the way he want to flex. We black out here. That's what he said. What happened to him? That talk show got asked, which was number 5. Ellen DeGeneres is number 5 right now. That host still on TV, right? Okay. That talk show got asked. His show, Little Big Shots, got asked. He got replaced by Kelly Clarkson with that talk show. His show, Little Big Shots, got replaced by the actress Melissa McCarthy, right? And so it's like, it's business, y'all. It's not about them being okay with the biasness and the racism that goes on. They don't care about that. It's just what's popular now. It's what's trending. It's business. And it's sad for me to say, but it's true. It's very true. Very true. And so, when Sunny Hostin published that book, the president of ABC, I think the president of Walt Disney called her. A lot of big leaders from ABC and Walt Disney called her and say, hey, we want to make this right, what we need to do, right? So James Goldston got fired, allegedly. Hillary Estate McLaurin got fired, allegedly. Barbara Fedita got fired, allegedly. And so it's like, I'm starting to think now, they're now giving her more of a say, which is why we're not going to get someone like this on The View. And I'm hoping the reason why she's not on NBC anymore, or I don't know what's going on allegedly, is because she's doing a contract with The View, because I want her to be on the show as a conservative host. I do. I do. Like, to me, she trumped all of the other hosts. I liked her better. And so I'm hoping, right? And so it's like now Sunny Hostin is going on these different interviews. Jamila Hill, she did an interview with The Cut, defending Meghan McCain, about her being ostracized as a host from The View, about her being, not treated well because they're friends. And so with Sunny coming out with that book, she has more of a say now because she has seniority now at that show. She's been there for almost 6 years now. So it's like, it sucks. People say we have the First Amendment, we have the freedom of speech, but, it's like you still got to go through the consequences. And I hope she's not actually fired from her job. I hope she didn't get fired. And if she don't have that job, I hope she's actually signing up at The View with a damn contract for next season. And I hope that's what the situation is. So good luck to her. And I hope everything's okay. I'm going to follow the story and see what's going on. Okay. So the talk, y'all. The talk. All right. This is another example of what's trending. Y'all remember what happened on the show. Y'all remember what happened at the talk. The journalist that exposed that was the journalist that helped Sunny Hostin expose Barbara Fedita, right? And I questioned the story at the talk, not because of race. I questioned that story because who exposed that story was that man that looked like he from Catfish, Yashar Ali. Y'all want a picture? All right, we're gonna pull up his picture. We're gonna pull it up. So, and I'm gonna educate y'all on why I questioned the story about has nothing to do with race. It had to do with the person who delivered that story to the masses. Hold on, I gotta get this picture. Y'all, I'm shady for showing his before and after picture, but y'all, he went into hiding, okay? This man went into hiding. When I tell you, and I'm gonna tell you why he went into hiding. I'm gonna tell you. Look, y'all, this how you know when you trying to date somebody and you have a picture of you on your right with a hoodie on your Twitter feed, but you really look like the picture on the left. This is the definition of catfishing, okay? This is the definition, right? This man, and you see Kathy Griffin on the top because Kathy Griffin allegedly kicked them out the house, out her apartment. I'm going to get to that. And I talked about this so many times. Okay. So I'm going to get to it. I'm going to tell y'all what the information is. So this man right here, I feel like I'm Wendy, y'all. I got this man right here was the one that exposed the story about the talk and about the View. Now, let me tell y'all why I didn't believe that story about the situation at the talk. Because he is the guy that exposed that story. And he's a fraud, allegedly. And I'm going to say allegedly because I know he be on podcasts and stuff, but he's a fraud. He's a fraud, allegedly, right? So, I'm going to tell y'all why he's a fraud. Y'all know what happened at the talk, and I'm going to tell y'all why. I'm going to tell you what happened at the talk. Okay, so, all right. So y'all know Leah Remini was at that show, season 1, and Holly Robinson Pete was also at that show during season one, and they both got fired. Allegedly, they blamed Sharon Osbourne, right, of them getting fired. And I'm going to explain to y'all the whole situation, right? And so he did a whole op-ed on his Substack page where you got to pay a subscription. I think other sources picked it up, so you could read it for free. He interviewed Leah Remini, and Leah Remini basically exposed Sharon Osbourne. She allegedly said that, Sharon Osbourne called Julie Chen a wonton, called Darlene, Darlene from Roseanne, Sarah Gilbert, it's her real name, a pee licker, a vagina licker, a pussy licker, said all kinds of stuff, whatever, okay? So he also gave the story to Sunny Hostin, but he did not want Sunny Hostin to use his name in that book. Because according to Sunny Hostin, a journalist don't want to be a part of the story, which is true. Journalists don't want to be a part of the story. They want to showcase the story. They want to give you guys other people business. They don't want their business to be involved, right? Which is why he went to hiding. And I'm going to explain why he went to the hiding, okay? So the reason why I did not believe that CBS story, the CBS network story about Sharon Osbourne being fired because of how she acted towards Sharon Osbourne was because this is the guy that exposed the story. This man, I don't even want to call him a man. This it person, literally on Twitter for about 2 weeks, on damn Twitter for 2 damn weeks, was writing suicidal tweets for 2 weeks. And this is why a lot of people don't believe people when they come out saying they're mentally ill, they're feeling, they need a break, or, somebody touched them, because you get people like this, or you get people that lie about, going through situations. So he was on Twitter about a week, 2 weeks max, saying that he has depression, he has suicidal thoughts, that this only occurs about like 4 times throughout his whole life. And he hopes he does not wake up tomorrow. Okay. This was June of 2020. This was last summer, right? June of 2021. June of 2021, I believe. Yeah, June of 2021. You know why he was doing that? Because LA Times did a story about this man where Kathy Griffin exposed him, because Kathy Griffin wanted him to write an op-ed because her career was down the drain because of what, with the Trump head and everything. So Kathy Griffin wanted him, because he seemed credible, all them damn followers on Twitter, to write an op-ed, saying how good of a comedian, how good of a person she is, to do some type of PR damage control, of her career from the past administration, right? So he knew there was going to be an op-ed coming out about him, about Kathy Griffin exposing him, Jake Tapper. So many people are saying that they don't know how they met this man, but for somehow they follow him on Twitter. There are a lot of people on Twitter with so many damn followers that get paid by Democratic, Republican establishments. They never met anybody before. They just somehow get so many followers on Twitter by posting clips. It's like YouTube, posting clips of videos, calling themselves a journalist, writing for Substack, which is basically like a Patreon where journalists, writers, they sign up and they get you guys, their audience, to sign up to read their stuff. This is what this guy does. Now, he did work for like the Huffington Post and stuff like that, but his main job currently was Twitter, and currently was to posting videos and stories and posting stuff about elephants, right? So he knew that there was a story from the LA Times that was about to expose him. So for a week prior to that, he was allegedly faking suicidal tweets. And he has not posted a single thing since this summer, since that summer when it happened. So how long has it been since summer? So this is the thing. Caitlyn Jenner, this is the thing right here that got Sharon, or that helped get Sharon Osbourne fired, and that helped Barbara Fredito from The View get fired because she allegedly called Sunny Hustle low rent. And so, this is why I was like, you know what, this CBS story does not make any damn sense. Like, it got to be more to the story. So he was a part of it. This is why I told y'all this race stuff don't mean nothing. He was a part of it, right? And so I still don't think Sharon Osbourne, I was like, you know what, maybe she should be fired based on, I'm like, no, I don't think she should have been fired. Yeah. Now, do people say she's a bitch behind the scenes with the music? And yeah, people say that. The woman is on meds. She's on medication. She has medical history. CBS knows about her medical history, according to Sharon. So, and so not only you have this man, but you have Piers Morgan feelings towards Meghan Markle, right? And so you have a woman named Sharon Osbourne coming out on Twitter saying you stand by your friend Piers Morgan, right? And so it's like, okay, wait, it's not because she stood by her friend. It's because that interview that was done by Oprah was through that network who she's employed with. So now you have a conflict of interest, right? Because you are basically biting the hand that feeds you, that network. So that's really all it was. It's really all what it was because she criticized that damn network. Well, not the network. She criticized the interview that was through that network. So when you do that, you're biting the hand that feeds you. And so now they're going to use race as a reason to get you fired so that network won't look bad. So they won't be the person, that's being globally ostracized. They're using Sharon Osbourne as a scapegoat. Same thing that happened with Megyn Kelly. The same thing that happened with Megyn Kelly. NBC, again, they fired her because of blackface. That's what they said. But that's not the reason why she got fired. Okay, y'all, this is public relations. This is PR messaging. This is what Olivia Pope did on Scandal. Okay, it's lies. It's like politics. Okay, it's politics. This is what it is. It's not the truth. It's politics. It's crisis management. All right. They said they fired her for blackface. The reason why they actually fired her was because her $65 million whatever contract for 3 years, her ROI was not exceeding that $65 million, meaning the money they gave her, NBC was not getting a profit from that. That's why they fired her, because her ratings were lower than Tamron Hall's and Al Roker show. That's the show slot she replaced. So the reason why Megyn Kelly got fired again with NBC, again, right? So it's like, it's not the race stuff. It's never been about that. It's business. That's what it is. It's business. So it's like, y'all gotta read through the lens and not take it what they throwing at you and kind of wait a little bit. It's kind of like how when a case comes out, somebody somebody being passed away or whatever, it's kind of like, don't jump into the circuit until more stuff come out. That's what the situation is. And the other chick, Elaine Wilteroth, quit the first season, right? When she was on, when that Daily Mail clip came out about her telling Sharon Osbourne that she don't think she a racist and Sheryl Underwood don't think she a racist, but yet on a global platform, yeah, this was global because this went all over the damn world. The UK heard it. My Barbara, who's almost 70-year-old, heard about it, okay? So it's like, and she lied. You telling her she not racist behind the scenes, but on camera globally, you call her a racist, basically, right? So it's like, miss me with the BS, with this whole race stuff. I got Popeyes earlier, so I'm drinking my the rest of it. So it's like, I'm just like, I'm over it when they talk about that stuff. Yes, it exists, but it does not exist on the stance that the media tries to make it exist. They did this to my people for so many damn years. Trayvon Martin happened. They waited it along a little bit, and now the new narrative is race, right? No longer talking about Arabians and what they not doing, what, accusing people of doing. Okay. So now the ratings, so once they got rid of Sharon Osbourne, they decided to hire a man. They wanted to hire a man because, one thing that Sherri Shepherd knows is if you're on the Wendy show, if you are hosting a show on Wendy, you probably are on the cusp of probably of getting your own show, right? I mean, they did it for Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell had two chances. He had his, talk show by Wendy. Now he's on the talk. Nick Cannon got his own show now. And so we're going to see what Debmar Mercury, who is the production company of Wendy, and Nick Cannon, we're going to see what's going to happen once Wendy leaves, right? Or once Wendy decides to take off and probably come back to radio, rebrand, whatever she's going to do, teach, profess, whatever. We're going to see what's going to happen, what they're going to do with that. So, Jerry O'Connell got his job through Wendy on that talk show to talk because they saw that he can host a show. They saw he's funny. He's been on the show multiple times, been interviewed multiple times. And so reportedly, he's getting paid way more money than Sheryl Underwood. Sheryl Underwood had been on that show for almost 11 years. And she only, I don't even know why I'm laughing because the way it was written was Sheryl Underwood makes $500,000 per season. See, doesn't that sound like a lot when you say it that way? But it's not a lot because how many seasons does a talk show run, right? It's like you basically have that long season within that half of a year. They take a break, then you have another long season, right? And then they take another break, and that's only $1 million. That's it. But they making it sound a lot by saying $500K per season, right? This man is making reportedly, allegedly, $1 million more than Sheryl Underwood, $1 million more than her, right? And so I personally said that I disagree with the money, because I believe in seniority, I believe in loyalty in the company. But then you also got to realize that he's a man, she's a woman. I really didn't know who Jerry O'Connell was until I saw him on Wendy. I don't really watch a lot of movies or anything, so I don't know who he was. I mean, I knew who Sheryl was, like, from years ago, not through her comedy, but through the talk, right? And so, I mean, I guess it's like seniority doesn't really matter. And she has more of a following. She has more of a following than Jerry O'Connell does, right? And then she follows everybody who follows her on Twitter. She follows everybody. You follow her right now, she's gonna follow you within less than an hour, right? And so it's like, I don't know. I guess it's mad. It's the gender gap stuff between men and women, between men getting paid, 80 cents to a dollar versus women being paid 60 cents to a dollar. So is that type of scenario. And it's like, I don't know what else to tell you, but what I can tell you is the ratings are higher, right, at the show. They're actually doing really well than way before with the damn ratings. They got 2 men on that show now, and so it's like, it's working. So is the $1 million worth it? I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't watch the talk anymore. I don't watch it anymore. I used to watch it when Caucasian Julie Chen was on that show, and I call her Caucasian because she went against her culture and she got her eyes done. Y'all know Julie Chen. She got her eyes done so she can get jobs and news and stuff like that. And so she could appease her. I'm going to call him Will Cosby because he's the white man. Will Cosby husband, So, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's worth it. The ratings are higher. But, I mean, if I was Sheryl Underwood, I'd be mad because I believe in loyalty. I believe in seniority. And it's like if I'm and plus, like, she's older than him, I believe. They're probably around the same age. But still, it's like she's been in the business for a long time. I mean, he has as well, but it's like you're on a damn show. You're on the show, and it's like you're not getting more money. It's like with Whoopi. Whoopi is kneeling down to her, to her masters, right? And Monique put her on the spot, and it's like Whoopi plays the game. She plays it by the book. But Monique was like, Monique was sad that Whoopi was being paid less, way less for being on that show for so many damn years. But now with Joy Behar leaving, Joy Behar is about to leave, y'all. She gone. Joy Behar is leaving after this season. She's leaving 2020. She's not renewing her contract. So they gave Whoopi more money because Joy Behar's leaving. So it took a white woman to leave, right? For her to get more money. Again, performative action by these networks, right? Performative action. I told y'all, performative action. But y'all don't want to listen to me. Y'all just go by what they tell you. So y'all wanted me to talk about this. This man, don't he look like Don Lemon? Look at him. Look at him doing the pout. His father. Okay, so that's Kristen Walker, and that's Herschel Walker, right? Now, Kristen Walker was on social media. His father, look, his father, look how you doing. Look at the pout. Don't Herschel look like Don Lemon, though? Look at him. Don't he look like Don Lemon? Don't he look like Don Lemon? Don't he look like he'd be Don Lemon's son? But anyways, he was trending on social media, and that dumbass, he blocked me. You know what? You know, I snapshot a tweet that he tweeted a long time ago about telling a hijabi woman that she does not have freedom because she has to wear the hijab over her head. And he deleted that tweet, and I screenshotted it, but I couldn't find it. But he blocked me anyways on Twitter, but whatever. He trended 2 days ago, like literally got over 3 million views because he was filling up his gas and he was wearing a Givenchy sweatshirt, which is approximately $1,300. And he was complaining about the gas prices going up, and it was going to about $100. He was paying a lot of money, but he has a Range Rover. And I believe he lives in California. And so he made a video about it, saying that, you see, this is who you voted for, yada, yada, yada. And then he made another video at his home, basically, mocking people who, don't come from privilege and stuff like that. I thought it was funny. I thought both videos was hilarious. I didn't take offense to it at all whatsoever, but of course, a lot of people did. And then Dr. Lamont Hill was invited him on his show. And what I like about Dr. Hill is that it's like Dr. Hill don't block nobody. He'll debate you. Like, that's what I respect about him. Like, you can say anything to that man. Like, I told that man, you know what I told him? But I was like, I told him, you need to, I told Lamont Hill, and I buy his book, y'all. So, I support the man. But I was like, I told him, you need to stop Jamie Foxxing your life. And he replied, he was like, what does that mean? And I was like, you know what, let me not say anymore. I was like, because he was like, I love the Lil Nas X album. And I was like, I'm not surprised. I was just messing with him. But y'all know what I mean when I say stop Jamie Foxx in your life. Y'all know, y'all heard about what goes on in these streets with Jamie Foxx, allegedly. But what I like about Dr. Hill is like he don't block nobody. He will debate you. He was in the hospital allegedly after taking a poo-poo. A lot of people got on him about that. But he don't block no one. Like, he'll actually he likes to have conversations. And so he was on Dr. Hill's show. I think he could have done a little bit more research, especially when he was talking about critical race theory. Like, at least he could have cited some examples, some evidence of critical race theory, or about him saying that if a black person berates if a white person says something badly about a black person racially, they'll get fired. But if it happens on vice versa, that won't happen. And Dr. Lamont Hill was like, well, can you incite any examples? And he was like, there's too many of me. Then Kristen Walker basically responded and said, there's too many examples for me to even think of at the moment. But he did make some points. He talked about Joe Biden basically shutting off the production line, starting because Joe Biden's main input is climate change, and climate change is the last thing I'm worried about. Okay, and so it's like him closing the production lines, and a year from now, where gas prices were lower, way lower than it is right now. That's what Kristen Walker was saying. I was like, he has a point with what he was saying, and I agree with that. Does he have a 100% influence on the gas prices? No, but does he have some type of input to where he can brag like he did the other day about bragging about the gas prices going down 20 cents? I was like, that stuff's still high. What you mean 20 cents? I'm still paying about $40 for my gas. It ain't going down. It ain't going down 20 cents. Anyways, yeah, and a lot of y'all got on me when I posted my community page, Biden's America. Thank you, Joe Biden, for messing up with the gas prices and everything. I was doing it as a joke. Do I blame Joe Biden? Yes. But do I care about gas prices being up as it is now? Not really. I don't, it's whatever. It is what it is. And so I enjoyed the interview that he had with Dr. Maham. But his father is, I believe, running for governor. I forgot what state. His father is loony. Let me tell you that. Like, I'm not talking about his politics. Like, his father suffers from, he has a personality disorder, allegedly. Like, literally, he, according to reports, at one point had a razor clasped to his ex-wife's neck while in bed, saying that, he will, like end her life. Like, he is on some OJ Simpson times 10 type of stuff. Like, he crazy, like literally crazy, right? And so it's like, and the thing is like, when he does this stuff, he says that he doesn't remember it, like, at all. Like, he doesn't remember when it happened. So I wouldn't want a governor to, I don't want somebody to be in politics that has that type of issue. He's rich already. He's worth $12 million. Stay your ass home, get you some medications and stay home. Don't run in politics, because we don't need somebody to wage war locally on some issue that really doesn't need to be waged war on. He's crazy man, right? And so it's like, I'm just tired of society to where we are so worried about somebody's skin color, somebody's gender, somebody's sexuality in order for them to be elected. Like, literally, I watched Charlemagne interview Kamala Harris for 20 minutes, right? The 2 minute out of that 20 minutes that went viral was Kamala Harris telling Charlemagne the God, I don't even want to call him Charlemagne the God, Charlemagne to stop talking like a Republican, right? Because Charlemagne asked Kamala Harris, who is the president, Joe Manchin or Joe Biden? And Kamala was like, come on, Charlemagne. Joe Biden is the president. And I'm Kamala Harris. She was like, I'm Kamala Harris, with the hand. She was being black in that video with the hand. And I'm the vice president of the United States, America. And then so she started listing her political reasons as to what they're doing. And then Charlemagne fell for it. It's like, see, this is the woman who I want to see in the White House. This is who we voted for. I'm like, dude, you fucking fell for it. First of all, I don't like you. I don't respect you because you're an alleged rapist. But it's like, come on now, you fell for it. You fell for her political thing. And I watched that whole interview, and it's like, she dodged every single important question and kept saying, well, the Republicans are doing this. Republicans are doing this. Republicans are doing this. Nothing about Joe Manchin, because he's a Democrat, that is stopping this damn Democratic pipe dream, Build Back Better plan, right? Nothing about that. Nothing about him. But everything's Republicans. I'm like, she kept dodging. She kept dodging questions. And if you literally go on a shade room right now, a lot of people are saying they're not voting for her. A lot of people saying they haven't seen her since the election. It's like she's a fraud. This is what happens when you elect someone, or someone like Joe Biden picks her for optic reasons, for image reasons, right? So they can appease the black people, right? Because she is black when she wants to, right? This is what happens when you elect someone for their sexuality. Pete Buttigieg. This is what happens when you elect someone based on their gender, their sexuality, whatever, right? Not because of what they bring to their table, what their experiences are, or what their ideologies are. That's what we need to focus on. We need to focus on what skin color they are, or what sex. I don't care about who being the first. I don't care about the first era president. I don't give a damn. I don't. My thing is, are you doing the job that you're saying you're going to do? But unfortunately, politics is all about the party and not for the people that voted you in. In general, like, come on now. So, like, dude, Charlemagne, you fell for it. Like, you was doing good asking her that question. I was like, I had a little respect for you back for you asking that, but it's like, and then Simone Sanders was like, Charlemagne, we gotta go. We ended the interview. Like, she tried to end the interview, because y'all know liberal media protect Kamala Harris. The View did it, and so Simone Sanders, like, they don't want Kamala Harris to look bad even more. Charlemagne also asked her, the scrutiny are you getting? Is it because you are a black woman? She didn't want to enter that either. And I'm surprised because, But then again, she don't want to answer that because I guess she didn't want to be divisive. She is also a woman that says that racism does not exist in the United States of America. So it's like, it's politics. It's like, her career is over. If Joe Biden decides not to run, which I think if he decides to rerun, he will not be elected. He will not. If they can, I know he has 3 more years. 3 more years and what? A month left. So, but if he decides to rerun and they're continuing to doing what they're doing now, I don't even think Kamala Harris is going to be reelected anyway. Like, her career is by default. Her career started with Willie Brown. That's where her career started. And everything was given to her by default. Yes, she went to college, she got her degrees, but her jobs, default. Default meaning that the vice president job was given her. Default meaning the attorney general job was given to her by being linked to Willie Brown, but also leaving him behind when she got the job because she didn't want to be seen as a side chick, right? The mistress anymore. Anyways, allegedly. But whatever. But anyways, let me read y'all comments because that's all I have to say today. It's an hour. And let me read y'all comments. I appreciate super chats, by the way. Super chats. That's another thing with Sherri Shepherd. She needs to pay alimony. That's what she needs to do. Thank you, JC, for reminding me that. JC says Sherri's paying alimony too. Sherri didn't read Barbara. Barbara asked her opinion. She asked her opinion, yes, but Barbara Walters also told Sherri Shepherd she needs to open a book. Again, why can't? Okay, we're not doing that. Paula says Sherri Shepherd is good at what she does. Not only is Sherri funny, but she has the right personality for the show. Leave Sherri alone. She's doing a great job. I said she did a good job on the show. She's not. I don't find comedians funny for the most part. But yeah, she's doing a good job. Because pop culture is her thing. I said that. But I'm also a critic. I can be critical. Barbara didn't make Oprah. Okay. I'm curious, what is Jay's background, ethnicity? That doesn't matter. I'm late. What did I miss? It'll be recorded. Reading up and agree. Barbara didn't make Oprah and Sherri holding down Wendy's gig better than Wendy line I said last month. But you are doing the same thing as Sherri. Once again, you're speaking on Black issues, even though you know that people get pissed off. I don't care that people get pissed off. I'm going to say what I want to say because it's like I'm tired of. It's like everyone don't have the same opinion about it. I remember when Amanda Seales was talking about it on The Real, and she said people that are, which I mean, I hate that. She was like, well, people that confines themselves, I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say this word by word. She's like, people that basically associate themselves in a Black experience that, they get a pass for saying it. But I'm just like, and Adrian Balone said, well, I don't even want to say it because I don't need one person to even think that I have an ounce of racism in my body, So Sherri's not idolatry, Jedediah and Megan. No, Megan did not stood up to Whoopi. Jedediah, yes, though. Sterilized. New and developing. Okay, whatever. Tafoya left out. I'm out of here. Okay, thank you. Have a good day. Think positive. I'm being positive. Hey, Miss Debbie, how are you doing? Yeah, Jerry O'Connell, he's too much. I'm surprised he didn't come out the closet, allegedly. He's just too much. He is. I agree with that. He is over the top. I knew that this is the thing, when you have a talk show and your 6-week sneak peek or whatever, how long the trial period is for, damn well you're not gonna get that show when they say they're selling it to networks. That's what Norman Baker was saying, the producer on Wendy, the Black dude with the, that's on TV. Damn well he didn't make it. Cheryl needs to fire agents and lawyers. That is ridiculous. Gerald, as well, her agents are also the ones. I don't know if she's making the deals, but I'm sure she has an agent, so they make the deals as well. So Gerald Connell is the white wonder boy of television. Wendy backed him while cutting Nene's throat. Nene was supposed to have held the spot Jerry got. I don't see Nene Leakes having her own show. I see her on a panel. He wouldn't. Okay. I appreciate super chats. Her show son is beyond annoying. I find it to be funny. I was laughing with the second video he posted. Yes. Herschel grew up in one of the most R towns in Georgia. As soon as he got an offer from the NFL, he forgot about that and prayed back. Oh Lord, here we go. Cheryl is black. That's how it works. She has to play the game, but she don't know her worth. She believes Cheryl Underwood is actually a Republican. Climate change would be your focus. You are in hurricane waters. Herschel is bipolar. JOA, who created this race system. I'm not saying it doesn't exist. I'm just saying the media uses it for clicks and views and for for performance. That's it. And they use it in hypocritical ways. Wendy should simply sit down and be quiet and feel better. She's saying a whole bunch of nothing. And it's now I miss Wendy. So thank you, Jaffina. Hi, all. Hi, Tess. Happy holidays. Okay, y'all. If anybody want to come on and give their 1 minute commentary about what I said or about what you want to say based on the topics, you can. But no, that's the link right here. But to sum it up, it exists. It does. I mean, I live in the South. Come on now. So, but at the same time, like I agree with what Condoleezza Rice says. It's not her problem. It's not my problem. It's that person's problem, right? I agree with her when she said that. So yeah, but that's basically all the topics that I had, for the show. I don't even like calling it a show. It's corny for this live. But yeah, if anybody want to come on, tell me their 2 cents, you can. Or if anybody want to say anything else in the comments, you can. I hope everyone is going to have a good New Year's. If you celebrate Christmas, happy holidays to you. Oh, well, it's Saturday, Christmas. Okay. I don't celebrate Christmas. I really don't even celebrate any holiday. I'm going to be by myself. So I may do a live on Christmas. I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, if nobody want to come on, looks like it. But thank you so much for watching. If you haven't watched, this is going to be, posted on the channel so you can watch it all over or watch it in the beginning. Thank you so much. Your boy's out of here. Deuces. Yay!